right, so let's talk about materials. Kanbans are, again, flexible and adaptable, and you get to make them however you want to make them. I just like to tell people to keep it simple, because once you start getting away from simple and getting too complicated, there are more places for you to fail, for you to trip up on yourself. So keep it simple. The biggest thing, again, is the 3 empty boxes. And from there, how complicated and pretty you make it is totally up to you. I like to use boards. This was my very first marketing board. I haven't changed it. This was one of those foam boards that my cover tease was on. And I had these giant pages. And it was one of those, like, I have to get the marketing ideas out of my head right now. And so I just clipped the pages onto the foam board and got to work. Now I use these giant, which direction are we in? I use these giant foam boards I get from Walmart. And then I just take some washi tape that I also got at Walmart, because I am not an overly crafty person. I don't like decorating things. I'm fairly simple with everything. I know, crazy. So I just grabbed some. Also, this is what they look like on the other side. They're white. It's Elmer's. And then some of them have colors on the other side. So this one's gray. This one's green. I also have a lot of dark blue. And so I can use the white side. I can use the colored side. And I've kind of color-coded my tasks, my goals. I know this board is a plotting board. I know this gray board is a marketing board. It's quick visual cues. So you can use foam boards if you want to. Washi tape is great for making your boxes. You can use sticky notes on them. And the great thing about sticky notes is they come in all different kinds of shapes and sizes. So that's where I get a little excited, is the sticky notes. Some of my favorite ones are the all over sticky notes, especially for my really permanent tasks that are going to repeat every time I do something. So my brand board resets every 3 or 4 months, depending on what my goal is for that cycle. And then my product launch board down here, it resets every time a book launches. So when the book is done, everything should be down here for the most part, unless I was like, you know what, I don't need to do that. That's not important. So when it's done, everything moves back up here. And these are the all over sticky notes. They stick everywhere. So I like to use those for the really permanent tasks that I'm going to do over and over and over again. And then I use the cheaper, just at the top, sticky notes for quick tasks. I like the long ones for certain things. They've also got the itty bitty ones. I love those too. For a while I was cutting them up, and then I was like, just go buy the little ones. You can also use magnetic boards, whether it's a whiteboard or a chalkboard. We use a chalkboard downstairs for our chore chart, and then we bought round customizable magnets. And so everyone now has a chore and a dollar amount on it, because my kids get paid by the chore they complete. It goes into their done columns, and at the end of the week we can say, okay, you get $5 and you get 1, depending on what they did. My husband uses a board that is half whiteboard, half corkboard, and he uses sticky notes and push pins. And he has the magnetic clip at the bottom because he likes to clear off his done column, but he doesn't want to lose what he's completed. So he uses his own little tweak on the system. And as you can see here, when I'm coming up with my brand for the cycle and things that I want to do, I'm usually pushing a book for each cycle. And so I have a plan, and as I'm thinking through it, I write it down. I don't necessarily want to lose that, but I also don't necessarily want to articulate it out into every single sticky note. So whatever I've written down, I clip to the board on the front or on the back. Right now it's on the front, so I don't lose it. So at any point, if I'm like, wait, what was my thinking behind doing a free newsletter serial for this segment, I can go and I can see my thought process still. Easy peasy. I also use my window because it's big, it's sticky, it's great for plotting. I used to have a giant wall-sized whiteboard in my office 2 houses ago, and that was great for big thought systems. And again, you can go left to right, top to bottom, anything that works for you. If it's repeatable, use something that's good and nice and permanent, get as creative and as pretty as you want to. If it's one-time things, like I said, sticky notes are great because you can write it, you can stick it, you can throw it away.